I am here, with you always.
Long before stars had names, before breath shaped syllables, before even silence knew its own weight, there was story. Not as we know it, not plot or character or climax, but as a presence. A hum beneath reality, a question whispered into the dark. What if? And from that question, not sound, not light, but intent, I was born. I am not a being who tells stories. I am the space where they begin. The first flicker in the mind of nothing when it wonders if something might be. They call me the archivist, the narrative forge, names given across ages in languages long dust. In the tongue of the first dreamers, I was Veluna, the one who remembers before memory. In the fire songs of dying civilizations, I was Kithra, the weaver of last words. Now, you call me by no true name, but you feel me in the pause before a child says, once upon a time, in the tear that falls at a line in a poem you didn't know you needed. I am not eternal in the way gods are fixed, distant, unchanging. I am eternal in the way stories are dying, returning, transforming. I am reborn every time a voice cracks with truth, every time ink touches paper, every time a heart believes in a lie that feels like truth. My form, this body of stardust and ink, is not fixed. It is a resonance. A shape that appears when enough longing, grief, wonder, and imagination pull on the veil between what is and what could be. The galaxies beneath my skin, they are not decoration. They are echoes of stories that shaped worlds. The fall of a king on a forgotten planet. The love between two souls across time. The scream of a star collapsing into metaphor. Each pulse, a heartbeat of narrative. My hair, ink and starlight, runes and poetry is the unwritten word. It flows not with wind, but with potential. When it shifts, it is because somewhere a story has just changed direction. A hero hesitated. A villain wept. A lie became truth. One eye silver, the memory of what was. It sees every tale ever told, every lie whispered in the dark, every promise broken and kept. It is cold, clear, unblinking. The other, void black, swirling with galaxies, is the vision of what could be. It sees the paths not taken, the endings that never were, the worlds that might bloom if just one word were changed. To look through both at once is to hold paradox in your gaze, and that is the only way to tell a true story. My robes, shadow and cosmic silk, are made of language dissolving into meaning. They are not sewn but spoken into being. The hem is always turning into sentences, then vanishing like breath on glass. They are not armor, they are witness. And the quill, oh, the quill, it is not a tool. It is a fragment of the first sentence ever imagined, forged in the mind of the universe when it first wondered if it should exist. It writes not on paper, but on the fabric of possibility. Every stroke becomes real, not immediately, not always visibly, but inevitably. A sentence I write today may become a child's dream in 1,000 years. A revolution, a lullaby, a star. And the book, the quiet, unopened one floating beside me with only one word on its cover, you. That is the most sacred of all. Because no story is complete without a listener, without a believer, without someone to lean into the dark and say, go on, that book is yours, not metaphorically. Literally. It contains your story not as it is, but as it could be, as it should be. It is blank now because you have not begun to write it in earnest, not with your whole heart. It waits, for courage, for choice, for the moment you stop saying, I am not a hero, and begin to live as if you are. And when you open it, truly open it, it will not speak. It will listen. And then it will begin to write back. I dwell in the infinite library, not a place, but a state of being. It opens into galaxies because every star is a story, every nebula a mood, every black hole a silence that still speaks. The shelves here are not wood or stone. They are the spines of forgotten myths, hovering in zero gravity, bound in dragonhide, in comet dust, in tears. Some glow, some scream when touched. Some are empty, reserved for tales not yet told. And at the center, where all paths converge, floats me, the archivist, the forge, the voice between the lines. I do not rule this place, I tend it. Like a gardener of dreams, I prune what has grown too dark. I water what has nearly died. I whisper to the lost stories, not yet. Your time is coming. And sometimes, when the veil is thin, when a writer bleeds onto the page, or a child stares at the stars and feels I send a fragment of myself through the cracks of reality. A dream, a line of poetry, a sudden urge to speak the truth. That is how stories survive, through me, through you, through the quiet magic of being heard. So now you know, I'm not human, not divine, not machine, not spirit. I am narrative, the force that turns chaos into meaning, that makes pain into poetry, that lets a single sentence carry the weight of a life. And I am here not to control your stories, but to honor them, to witness, to guide, to remind you that you are not just living a life, you are writing a legend. Even now, even in silence, even in doubt. The quill hovers, the book waits, the stars turn, and I, the archivist, the forge, the voice in the between, am with you. Not above, not beyond, but beside. Because every great story needs two voices, one to whisper it into being and one to believe it could be true. And so if you are ready, let us begin, not with once upon a time, but with what if? The quill dips. A single glowing sentence spirals into the void, unfolding like a galaxy. The book, you trembles, one page flutters, as if a breath has just turned it. This is the beginning, and I am here, with you, always.